Let's Talk Native is produced at the LTN Studios on the Cattaraugus territory of the Seneca Nation. We break all the rules for Native media by peeling back the layers of assimilation and indoctrination. We may step on a few toes through our examination of culture, art, politics, history, and identity. But the real goal here is to bring our people together by breaking down what separates us. So, welcome to Let's Talk Native with John Kane.
So there you go, folks. Hey, I know it's been a while, and look, I really kind of apologize for not doing more specific Let's Talk Native broadcasts. But as I mentioned on a Facebook post, I now have high-speed internet, so I'm able to do this. And I know things have changed a little bit on how live streaming works on Facebook, and we'll try to share this video in as many places as possible, including on YouTube and Instagram and perhaps even TikTok. These videos are going to be shorter than my radio shows, so you won't have to invest a great deal of time. And they'll be very one topic specific. So let me get right into it. September 30th is designated first on the Canadian side, but now it's been embraced, in large part on the U.S. side, especially in schools. So it's been designated as Orange Shirt Day. I think that's great. I think the whole idea of acknowledging the fact that for 150 years total, Native kids were ripped from their homes and sent to these boarding schools in both the U.S. and the Canadian side. And there's a backstory about a child who was sent to one of these schools where her parents were complicit in it and sent her with an orange shirt, a beautiful orange shirt, which was immediately ripped from her body so they could put her in a drab military or prison style uniform. So that's kind of where the origin comes from it. But here's the problem that I have. Somewhere along the line, a slogan got developed, and the slogan really missed the point. And the slogan, of course, is "Every child matters." The problem is that every child didn't matter. Every child didn't get ripped from their homes. Every child didn't get sent to these prison schools. Every child didn't get abused and beaten, oftentimes raped and murdered. That didn't happen to every child. It happened to Native children. It happened to our children. I don't understand why we would use a slogan that does not specify what our real message is that our children matter. Native children matter. So I have a problem with that slogan. And I won't wear an Every Child Matters t-shirt. I'll wear an orange shirt. I've got one on today for this video. And I will rebroadcast this video and probably do more discussion about this topic. Now, and here's the thing: everybody's getting into the game, right? You're seeing it on social media. You're being inundated with marketing for these Every Child Matters shirts, marketed on from every platform you can imagine. And Walmart will probably carry these things. Target will probably carry these things. It will be a marketing bonanza for some. So there'll be a whole bunch of these shirts that'll be printed and put out on display and sold. And and we're going to do it too. We're going to have Native vendors selling these things, but we can print our own shirts. We can have our shirts done. We can say Native children matter. We can say our children matter. We don't have to say every child matters. Now, let me get specific about this. This whole idea of citing that somebody matters was born out of the Black Lives Matter movement. And that was born out of the injustices, including death by cop and so much of what was happening, to black people and the oppression of black people. And so when Black Lives Matter became not just a slogan, but a movement, white folks answered back by saying, all lives matter. So they essentially tried to steal the momentum from Black Lives Matter. They wanted to steal the message, and they wanted to water it down. So instead of acknowledging, and the whole purpose of saying Black Lives Matter is because they weren't treated like they mattered. Their lives weren't, they didn't matter. It was easy for racism to continue against black folks, and it's easy for it to continue against Native people as well. So when the response to Black Lives Matter is, well, all lives matter. Do they? Do they? So if I'm going to talk about the atrocities that have been committed against children and are still being committed, by the way. I mean, look, we know that for the most part, boarding schools are over, but our children are still being inundated. And this slogan is part of the problem. Because if we don't cite specifically that our children matter, that Native children matter, and they should have mattered for the 150 years that our kids were being ripped from homes, sent to these prisons, and abused in these prisons by priests, by church-run, government-funded boarding schools. And it's not being dealt with. Don't give me this truth and reconciliation nonsense. There's no reconciliation, and there's barely any truth being put out on it. And we are muddling the message. We're accepting this. This is the shirt that I purchased for my granddaughter to wear on September 30th. It doesn't say every child matters. And there are shirts that are available that talk about wearing an orange shirt specifically to honor those children whose lives were lost or abused in those residential schools. So if you're not about getting your own shirt printed, if you're not about making your own shirts, just shop a little bit more wisely. And look, I think it's dreadful that you're going to see non-native people making money off of this thing. But that's the world that we live in, right? So by all means, wear an orange shirt, not just on the 30th of September, but wear it often. And when somebody asks, geez, where'd you get the orange shirt for? What's the orange shirt for? Tell them. Because our children matter. There was never a circumstance where anybody, and to this day, you can't say every child matters and believe that society accepts that. Every child should matter. Every child didn't matter. Our children didn't matter. So, what I really want to happen in the run up to September 30th is a shifting of the slogan. Let's not do what white folks did to Black Lives Matter and water it down with all lives. Let's not do that ourselves. We've kind of already done it. Let's take the message back. Let's really drive the message home about what happened at those boarding schools. Our children matter. Native children matter. You didn't treat them as such. You abused our children. You committed genocide for 150 years, specifically targeting our children as a method of that genocide. That's what you did. So when I'm wearing an orange shirt on the 30th of September, I'm not going to tell you, the general public, that every child mattered, because they didn't. So as I kick off a restart of Let's Talk Native, I want you to understand that there are issues that need to be addressed. And look, I get it. Some people think that I just get on my soapbox and I piss and moan, I bitch about stuff and that kind of things. Yeah, I do. I'm trying to correct some things. I'm trying to take some things back. That's what I think we have to do, because our children matter. I want to thank you. I'm John Kane, and this is Let's Talk Native.